This is the Heather Patero Show, where conversation meets calling. Well, welcome back to the Heather Patero Show. I'm Heather Patero, and today's guests are a husband and wife duo whose music comes straight out of real life. Love, faith, family, joy, heartbreak, and all the in-between moments that shape who we are. They've built something honest together, and there's a lot to talk about. Music, marriage, family, and the stories that come out of living all of it in real time. Matt and Abby, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Excited to be here.
Well, I'm really glad y'all are here. We've known each other a long time. So I want to start here. For people who are just now meeting you, what do you most hope they hear in your music before they know anything else about you?
You're the lyricist, Matt. So why don't you start by answering that one?
I think if you were just to listen to our music, I think the thing that if you wanted me to know about me is that I love this girl. I really love this girl.
That's true.
That's not part of our show. That's not just a component that we make in the Matt and Abi variety show. That is the course of a lot of our music, and I think that's what I'd want people to know is that this love is real. Love is real.
Yeah. I say often I'm the luckiest girl in the world because he does love me so much, and I love you so much.
we were sitting at Valentine's Day a few weeks ago, and we were asking these questions back and forth. And I think they were put up by Windshape or something like that.
Yeah.
And she asked me a question. Do you remember what that question was?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was the question where it was like, what is the most romantic thing I've ever done for you or something like that? And I looked at you and I said...
No.
Okay.
It was, what's your favorite love song?
What's your favorite love song?
And he was like, we write love songs. And we high-fived each other across the table. It was cute. It was like, what are you kidding me? Our favorite love song, we write the love songs. What are you even talking about right now?
My favorite love song is the one I wrote for you.
Yeah.
Or the 3, 4, 5, 6 that I wrote for you.
There's a lot. I'm the luckiest girl in the world. And I think also just authenticity. We really strive to just understand and meet people where they are in our day-to-day lives and write something genuine that's honest and real, even when, we're fighting and we're writing about making up and the real day-to-day of life.
Well, that's one of the things I've always appreciated about what you guys do. You do love each other very much, and you're a great role model for those who need to know what love looks like. And it doesn't feel manufactured. It doesn't feel like you're trying to impress people. It just feels like you're trying to connect, and people can hear that. So take me back a little bit. Before releases and websites and all of that, what did the earliest version of this musical partnership look like?
I was really young. I think I was 14, 15. And I was at a church in Dallas and grew up in a musical home. Loved music, loved singing harmony. And I was young and really not the best to actually join this worship team. So I asked if I could do the transparencies, like the back then there was like the transparencies on the projector on the wall so everybody could sing along with the lyrics. And I had my back to the congregation, and I would do the transparencies. And they finally gave me a mic and let me sing background harmony, and I would do that simultaneously. And then one day, Matt came in, and he was a really awesome musician, but we needed a drummer. And so that was actually your first instrument you learned on, right? Drums.
Yes, yeah.
And so he jumped on the drums, and I was like, oh, he's really talented. And if you ever heard Matt play drums, you would agree. He's extremely talented on the drums. And so we just started conversing about music and worship songs we liked, and a relationship kind of developed. And then he wrote me a love song, and I think that was when you kind of confessed your love for me. It was really sweet.
Yeah, and she's like, that's her version of our story, and I have a different version of it.
I'm getting to the music part.
Well, no, I'm going to jump into the music part because there's this really kind of funny part that she doesn't really ever include in the story.
Oh, no.
But before we started even dating, obviously, like she said, she did the transparencies and she faced the wall. And so I, as the drummer, faced the congregation. And so we could make eye contact on stage while I played and she sang. And that was kind of funny. But from there.
Oh, I was super flirty.
Yeah. So she was also a dancer. And so she danced in a dance troupe or something like that. And we had this opportunity to, she was dancing at Deer Lick Park, and which is this park in Douglasville. And she was dancing at the park, and I brought my guitar, and I had written a song, and she had learned how to sing a harmony to that song. And her dance instructor said, "Hey, you guys should just go get up there and sing that song." And that was one of the first times we ever did music together, just you and I. And you sung harmony on a song that I wrote. It was all about the stars.
And I totally forgot that story until just now. Yeah, that's exactly where it started.
That's where like the duo started.
We're like, we could make music together, or we sound pretty good together, kind of thing.
But we weren't just making church music, because as she mentioned, when I realized, hey, there was something very special about this girl. I was quite older, and we won't go into that. And it was different times and different places, and our parents actually set us up. My mom actually set me up with her, and but for us, I mean, dating was going to church. You went to church Sunday night, Sunday morning, Wednesday night, maybe a Tuesday night meeting, and a Friday night fire.
Friday night revival.
Yeah. And so that, so we did do a lot of church music, but through that time, I realized there was a lot of distance between her and I, and it might be quite some time before anything real serious could materialize. And so I just felt like the Lord just put in my heart to just write her a song of promise. And it was, I thought, man, there's this Song of Solomon book in the Bible, and it's really between a man and woman. We can get all, symbolic with that. But it really moved me. And I said, I want to write a song for this girl to let this girl know I'm going to wait for her. And so I wrote this song for her. And I think that was where she started to say, hey, there's something to this songwriting for us. So, I think that's where this songwriting, kind of started to take root as something that we would do together.
Yeah.
So what did those early days teach you guys that still shapes what you do now?
Oh. What did it teach us?
Some things just take time.
Yeah.
and I say, like, people, there's this common phrase you hear today about, like, the best version of you. It's like, I want you to be the healthiest, best version of you. And I think, well, that's great. Some of the best things I know actually sit in barrels for 15 years before they ever make it out into the public. And I think that is just as well as in the beginning, the music that I wrote for her, we still dated for almost 4 or 5 years before we got married. And so sometimes there's just there are better things that come when you wait, and which also kind of speaks to why it's probably now, just after 26 years this year, 26 years of being married, almost 30 years of being together. It's why it's probably just in the last 5 years that we've really ramped up what the music we can make is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And it took some time.
It took
waiting.
time to find our voice, to not try to be what everybody else is or try to fit a mold, and being confident and okay with who we are and our message, our story, and our music, and literally our voices. So I think that it's okay. I think what it taught us was just to be patient in the process.
So let's get practical for a minute, because people always want to know how this actually works in a duo. When a song shows up, does it usually begin with a line of lyric, a melody you can't stop humming, a title, a concept, or one of those, this happened to us and now we just have to write it moments?
It's all great. Yes. But
all the above.
Yeah. And we're still trying to figure that out, I think, or I am. He's not, like I said before, he is our lyricist. And he can spit out words and rhymes like it's really, really incredible what he can do.
Can I jump in here real quick?
Yeah.
So being super practical, like she said, is that I think in this day and age, workflow is a big component of success. And if you need a workflow, you need to establish workflow. Even get ready for this podcast, you have certain things you got to turn on, you got to get this in order and everything else. And I think the craft of songwriting can have workflow. And there are some things that I know when I'm ready to write a song. There are some things I can do. Sometimes I start with just chord progressions, and I just see what the music feels like. And then I try to find words that express what I might be feeling. Other times, the songwriting starts with a feeling that I'm already expressing, and then I just find music to accompany it. Sometimes there's an experience that prompts it. Sometimes there's an objective. And so, each one of those might have a different workflow that follows, but there can be lots of different starting points. I think for Abby and I, those starting points are typically just, the love we share with each other, the love we feel in Jesus. I mean, obviously, worship and our faith is a big part of what prompts how we write and what we might write about. You may not hear that overtly in our lyrics, but it is a big prompting for who we are and what steers us through lyrical development. But apart from workflow, I think what we've learned is that I may be an initiator and she is the editor. Mm-hmm. And learning to trust that relationship, that she is not being critical of me because she has the gift of editing. She may not have the promptings to initiate a song being written. That's typically, I'm the initiator typically. Again, because I have all those different starting points that I can calculate and move through. But it is her that I've learned to lean on. How is this actually feeling? Will people like to sing this? That's a big one for her. She is a singer, and I sing, but I primarily consider myself a musician. And so when she says, I don't like the way that feels on my lips, then that matters to me. And so we use those kind of things to edit and craft until we feel an agreement.
So basically, one of you is the creative tornado, and the other one is insurance and recovery.
Yes,
right?
that's beautiful. See that I would log that right now. Just type that in my notes as a file of a great lyric.
Yes,
and so I kind of do that as well. If you're not like, I don't develop songs, but you love music, just get something stirs you. I went to an art show, saw a line somewhere, write it down. Or man, I'm feeling this. I would love to write a song about, my grandparents or whatever it might be. And then I share that with the initiator. And then he's like, oh, that's good. And then he kind of works all that in. So that's kind of how we've learned to do this.
So who has the more dramatic voice memo collection on their phone?
Oh,
well,
probably Matt.
Oh, yes. Yes. There's some of the worst versions of the songs I write, but you got to capture when you feel, I'm not one I don't lean heavily inclined towards every song needs some feeling of inspiration. Sometimes the feeling that I will draw on is something that happened a year ago. So I don't need a spark or a feeling to start writing. So sometimes I just feel passionately about something and I say, I want to write about that. Abby's really good at that. Is saying, I want to write a song about a girl in this situation. Mm-hmm. And, but that's, that kind of, that spark. So I do capture those moments all along the way so that when I'm ready to enter workflow stage, then I do have, okay, I've got notes and I've got voice notes. Mm-hmm. 'Cause sometimes I just have the phrases, like Abby says, I saw something and I thought, man, that's a beautiful way to say that.
He's so great. He's taught me a lot because I'm not as vulnerable as he is in songwriting, and he's taught me a lot about just as far as voice memos goes. Just it doesn't matter. Just you're creating. Just start singing a melody. Just say like, what are you hearing? Just sing it right now. It doesn't have to be right. And to me, I'm like, oh, it has to be right before I can just open my mouth and start to just sing a melody or a la la la, whatever it might be. And he's like really great at helping me just go for it. And so, if you're out there and you are trying to understand, how do I do this thing? Just just start. Just open your mouth.
Yeah, you just have to
Yep.
just do it.
Yep.
So y'all aren't just making music together. You've built a life together, as we're hearing. How do you protect the marriage while still building something so public?
Oh, we fight in public.
What you see is what you get, kids.
Yeah, like anybody that's worked with us in a band or a worship team, they would just be like, "Oh, mom and dad are fighting again." No one's left us, so at least it's not too bad.
We're surrounded by a lot of good friends
yeah,
who make music
but
with
don't
us.
give up on us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't. It's tough. I mean, it's not easy. That's just, you've got two different people that are trying to accomplish something good together, and so it's been really hard, and we're still learning how to communicate properly with one another and be gentle with one another. Because I can be very straightforward in my editing world.
Yeah, and we do. She said we fight on stage, obviously during rehearsals.
Oh yeah, not when we're performing. No, that's magic. When it's time to go, it's time to go.
Yeah, when it's time to go, it's time to go, and that is what we would call magic. It just you don't even know how it came together.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, yes, we do. We are very authentic, and being able to approach what we do. It's work. It's blood, sweat, tears.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't cost something, then is it even valuable? And so we try to recognize those things. How do you balance that in being such in a public eye? I would speak to maybe the young person or even the older person that says, how much do I give to this? How much do I chase this? How much do I work to build this? And I would say that person really has to think, what are you building it for? Mm-hmm. What are you building it for? And there's a song we wrote, and you'll probably hear it. It's called "I'll Be With You," and that song, it's really I wrote it with a lot of duality, and it's just a phrase that means something to some people, but for me, it just means that I wanted to write it from lots of different perspectives, even though it's all truly my perspective. There are moments where I was singing that even in studio where I really felt like it was God singing it to me. Mm. And there's moments where I knew I was singing it as if I was singing it to my daughter. There's moments where I knew I was singing this as if I was saying it to my wife. And I think that kind of embodies how you achieve that work-life balance, because you always have to know why you're doing it. And there's lots of good reasons to do something, and there's a lot of bad reasons. And for me, it's just always staying honed into what are the reasons they're going to help. What are the reasons we have to stay together and get this published, get this finished?
Sure.
So last story about that same topic. That's a good one. We sat down to write a song about our daughter. We were like, we want to write a song about our daughter. And so this was actually the first time that I was actually going to sit down and write with him, like us together at a table, pen and paper, the whole thing.
Not just editor.
Yeah. And so we sat down to do that. And I kid you not, within 5 minutes, we were in a full-blown argument at the kitchen table. I mean, we were so mad at each other. I was hurt. He was like, "What's wrong with you? Get over it." Like it was just a disaster. And I was at the couch. He was at one end of the couch. We didn't speak to each other. That songwriting session ended so fast. And so the next morning, I was trying to get out the door to get to church or to get to work. And he met me in the hallway with his guitar and he said, "Listen, just give me a second." And he sang this little chorus, "In every moment, our best melody is making the music with your harmony." And it was just this moment where I was like, oh, we're not writing a song about our daughter. We're writing a song about trying to make music together and having to learn how to make up through trying to write a song together, So, and I think that's the authenticity that we're always looking for in our music too, is that this is just really what happened and we're going to sing about it. So, yeah.
So I do think married duos deserve their own category of bravery for sure. And, making music together is one thing, but then you still have to get in the same car afterwards, right?
That's right.
Speaking of cars, who's easier to travel with?
Me.
She sleeps the whole time.
Me. I'm the best.
I'm a
the best.
sleeper,
I'm a
too.
DJ on the radio, and let's have fun. Let's play games. Like, I keep you entertained, and then I go to sleep.
So who is the let's discuss it person and who is the not while I'm hangry person?
I'm the probably let's discuss it.
He wants to discuss everything. Let's all talk about it for an hour. And I'm like, no, I need to feel right, and then we can talk about it.
All right. So tell me about Making Up. The song, what inspired it?
Yeah, so that was that story that we just shared about trying to write a song together about our daughter. And then we got in that fight. And it was great because what happened right after that, I'm glad I get to follow up the story. He sang that little chorus to me in the hallway, and I was like, okay, that's cute. And he just kind of, this is what he does. He just kind of is crazy, and we get in a fight, and then he's just so sweet afterwards, and I'm like, oh. And so I got in the car. He had recorded it on a voice memo, sent it to me, and I got in the car on the way to work, and within a 15-minute commute, somehow, by the grace of Jesus, I actually wrote my first verse of a song. And so, and it was about, I'm going to, meet me in the hallway and I'll sing your song. That's the second verse. And so that, go ahead.
For me, one of the, I know there's a hook in like the way you say something in a song, and that maybe you say it repetitively, but the hook for me as a songwriter is sometimes the idea behind something. And so that's what hooks me. There's an idea in the chorus. It says, we may not know what to say. It's all made up anyway. And it's this pivotal point that just when that line kind of came to me, we were fighting that night before. We had been fighting about whether or not we would say this that way or say this way. And I had my direction, and she didn't see my bigger picture. And then she felt like I was offending her for her creative take on something. And so I literally was just landed with this concept that said, I don't care what we say. Really, we'll publish this thing, and it could be our ugly stepchild, and it could be the worst song we ever do. At the end of the day, I just want to make some music with you. And so that's kind of the heart behind it's all made up, and I'll always love making up with you, which is a double entendre. Making up, I'm always creating something with you. I'm just for the joy of creating with you, babe.
So if you've ever been married or loved anybody long enough to get on each other's nerves and still choose each other, you're gonna get it. Here's Matt Abi and their song, Making Up.
Does it seem we keep getting this wrong? Is it maybe me or this song? Don't stop speaking, we're far from being gone. Give it time, girl, soon our tune is coming on. And every moment, our best melody is making the music with your harmony. We may not know what to say, it's all made up anyway. And I'll always love making up with you.
Why does it seem you don't want me alone? Just a sidekick and a muse for your song.
is making the music with your harmony. We may not know what to say, it's all made up anyway, and I'll always love making up with you. You make the music sweeter, girl, you gotta stay.
Would you really want me when I got nothing to say?
With a beat in the bassline, I don't see no other way. You're the magic, oh, we're the magic. Together we're magic. Ooh, ooh, ooh. In every moment, our best melody is making the music with your harmony. We may not know what to say, it's all made up anyway, and I'll always love making up with you. In every moment, our best melody is making the music with your harmony. We may not know what to say, it's all made up anyway, and I'll always love making love with you. Ooh, I love making love with you. Ooh, I love making love. Ooh, I love making love with you.
What a great song, guys. I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad to know the story behind it. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, y'all have such a beautiful family, and I've seen the origin stories of a lot. We've been together a long time, and you have 2 married daughters now. You have 1 grandbaby, and it's just a whole new chapter. Watching your family grow has been really special for me over the years. In fact, just recently, my band played at your oldest daughter's wedding, which
Yes.
still feels wild to say out loud because in my mind, we're still somehow younger and
Yeah.
our kids are still little. What has it been like watching your daughters build their own lives and now stepping into grandparent season?
Oh man, it's probably the most rewarding pride and joy that I've ever experienced in my life. And that's not to say we're all perfect. We're definitely not. But it's how we have chosen as a family, and how our daughters and our son-in-laws. We have the best son-in-laws. How we choose to do what's right when it's wrong. And make the right choice when we've made the wrong one. Right? How we pick ourselves up when things are not good or we made a bad decision. But it's just been so fun to transition into seasons. You have these seasons of life. You have the little kids, the growing up kids, the teenage kids, and then the young adult kids. And I think if you just embrace each of those seasons as a new fun adventure, it doesn't make you want or miss the previous seasons so much. I there's been times where emotionally I wanted to mourn, like, oh, I wish they were babies again. And, or, oh, I wish it was just us again doing these little things. I remember when they did, those are all beautiful memories and stuff, but hanging on those things sometimes can take away from the joy of where we are in the adventure of the season we're in right now. And it's just different, and it's beautiful, and it's so much fun.
So I want to know who became the softie first for being the grandparent.
Oh, Matt.
Oh man, I was.
He is
I feel like I was made for this.
It is the weirdest thing. He's more
I had
mushy.
kids so I could have grandkids. It's kind of how it feels.
We had 2 daughters, and then now we have a granddaughter, and he's more mushy with the granddaughter than he ever was with our daughters. It's funny. He just melts.
You just lose your mind. I mean,
He
I go
does.
from my day job is systems and processes and very nerdy, techie stuff. And I go from that to looking at this grandbaby. I make up my whole language with just between me and this baby.
Yeah.
So who's most likely to buy something for the grandbaby just because?
Oh, that's me.
That's her.
Yeah,
Totally.
She gets a Sheen haul of clothes every other week, I think. And if we see it, Lala's got to buy it for you. That's my name. My grandma named Lala.
Oh, okay. What's your grandpa name?
Pops.
Pops. All
Pops
right.
and Lala.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So has this season changed what you write about?
I wouldn't say it has a direct impact on anything I'm writing right now. We do have a new song coming out soon, and it's very much still a Matt Abi type, very authentic, just kind of facing the storms of life type thing, especially in your marriage and how you hold on to what really matters. But the other songs I'm writing right now, they're just all over the place. I'm really trying to think about not just our own stories, but the stories of other people. There's something I really like about songwriters, and I'll go total old school, like Johnny Cash. Okay. I actually heard Johnny Cash talk about why someone should write a song about Judas. And because somebody has that story. And that doesn't necessarily reflect every choice we should make. If you're looking for music just to be only the inspiration to the good choices you make, you're missing out on the stories that you can actually hear through music. And so I'm looking at that, even trying to dabble in what are the darker stories of humanity that we can use music to connect with people, because for some people that is their story. Stories. I'm thinking about, what does it feel like to go to jail? And Folsom Prison Blues. It's thinking about, and honestly, prisoners right now, just in a very broad sense, is a deep heartstring for me. People that are incarcerated, I do want to write a song for those guys in particular, and or people that have to watch their loved ones go into incarceration. That's probably even closer to where I'm at. Mm-hmm. So we're tipping into some of that, writing about that stuff. So I don't know that grandparenting is greatly influencing that, but it is maybe freeing us to think about, because it's so rewarding. It is kind of freeing us to think about others that don't have what we've been so blessed to have.
Sure.
Too.
Yeah.
So there should be a warning label on grandbabies, don't you think? May
Yes.
cause loss of perspective and
Yes.
excessive photo storage. I mean, that's really what it boils down to.
Sure.
So let's talk about your song, I'll Be With You. What inspired this song?
So this is a very, very straightforward story. This was 2020, and everybody was in quarantine, and some rebels such as us actually hit the road and went up to Gatlinburg, and we got into a cabin with some friends. And that sounds so cliche. I think there's so many circles where like, oh yeah, we went up to the mountains and wrote a song. I didn't go up there to write a song. I just went up there because we could. And so we're up in the mountains, and Abby is an avid runner. She likes to run. I hate running. I don't run unless somebody's chasing me. And so I don't want to run. And she comes, and during this season of life, I was just really being challenged on the inside about doing the things that she wants to do, even if aren't things that I want to do, just being there, trying to find the opportunities to meet her where she's at. So she wants to go running. We're in the mountains. I'm like, we're not going to be running uphill. This is awful. But I went anyway. And as soon as we finished and we got back to the cabin, I walked inside, grabbed the guitar, went out on the front porch. And this was one of those really kind of like feeling like semi-divine moments where within about 5 minutes, I'd already scoped out the whole lyrical flow of the song and knew exactly what I wanted to say. And this is, as a musician, it's easy for me to overcomplicate writing music. And so I knew I wanted to write a song that just had 3 chords. And it's just 3 chords. And I wanted to make it so simple because I want every man on this planet who can hear this song and connect with it to want to get a guitar to just learn how to play the 3 chords so he can play the song for his family and for his. And so that's kind of how it initiated.
Yeah. And he said, hey, listen to this. And typically when he's like, hey, listen to this, I'm in the middle of something. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And just being honest. And so I walked out and I was like, yeah. And he, played the first 3 chords, and I just looked at him and I was like, yes, 100%. Yes, that's a song. That's a song. That's a good one. Like, yes, don't change a thing, And again, that was where my editing kind of came through and was like, let's do that. I don't think I changed much of anything. Maybe through the studio
only
process.
when we got in studio process. Yeah. And that was where that was the beginning of where we really started to identify those roles. I would encourage everybody who wants to make music, whether you're writing by yourself or you're writing with others, the moment you start to sit in a room where you've got a real producer, somebody who understands not just the engineering of the components of recording, but understands how to engineer good moments within songs. We started working with a guy, Todd Lyons, here in Atlanta, and just was the perfect mediator between Abby and I. And it was through those dynamics that we began to see, wow, he's really good at this and she's really good at this. And this is what I can add to the thing. And so it was a fun
and
experience.
throughout our whole music life together, and like you said before, we've only really come into this kind of groove over the past 5 years. And throughout the whole time that we've done music, we've recorded stuff on our own. We've put demos out. We have done, but this was the first time where actually we were proud. Like we felt like I would give this to anyone. Like I would put this out. And it was like, here, world, here's a gift. You can have this. And it was the first time, I think, in 20 years of doing music that we were like, this is good.
Yeah. And it was super honoring because our oldest daughter, she got married last year. And when she came to us and said, I want both of you to walk me down the aisle to this song.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's really
And
sweet.
I tell you that the moments of success that you could feel, I've played on some really big stages and I've played on really small ones and just about everywhere in between. But
Nothing tops that.
nothing tops your own flesh and blood saying, hey, mom and dad, what you did here is good. And I want to honor you in that. And it really is the song that I want to be able to sing to my children.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Yeah.
Well, let's hear it.
Take my hand and let's climb this mountain and go up where we've not been, where the air is getting so thin, but we'll be together way up on that mountain. Once we were young, now we're older, but a mountain's still a mountain, and it could bring us closer. Adventure is in you, you know I've got it in me too. And I'll be with you. I'll be with you. When we get there, we'll breathe the fresh air, and looking down that hillside, you'll be there by my side to see every trial we learn to smile through. And I'll be with you. I'll be with you. You'll be there too. And I'll be it's not too late. Come go with me. When we reach that mountain, we can tell our story, and your children will listen, and they will tell their children too. How I love you. How I love you. You love me too. So I loved you, and I'll be with you. I'll be with you. You'll be there too. I'll be with you.
Just another awesome song. Y'all know I'm your biggest fan.
You are so sweet.
I love it. It's awesome. Well, let's change gears just a little bit. Abby, you said people don't always understand the hustle artists have to undertake. Let's talk a little bit about the business part of this. And what's one part of the hustle that would surprise someone who only sees our onstage version as artist?
It's really what I'm learning, because we're starting to gig a lot more than we ever have, mainly because we're now empty nesters and we have the time. But it seems like there's never enough time. I think that's the biggest thing. You know, you're emailing, your Facebook messaging places to try to get in. You're trying to meet people that play somewhere and hope that a friend will be like, "Hey, these are great. These guys are great. Would you let them play?" You know, there's a lot that you have to work hard for. And like you know Heather firsthand, and you encourage us so much just to, hey, work, you know, and you, the best advice she gives us is like 10 minutes a day. Just give your, and we don't always do it. We're not the best at it.
But she is that still small voice in the back of our
Heather
heads.
is like, 10 minutes. Do you have 10 minutes? They're worth it. The people are worth your 10 minutes. And so that's been the best advice, because the hustle is hard, and all it takes is like 2 weeks of you not doing anything, and you're like, oh, I haven't done anything.
It's definitely a habit, right? To
Right.
invest in your business.
Yeah.
And you have to treat it like a business. And I tell the artists that I develop is you do have to treat it like a business. You can't treat this as a hobby.
Right.
You can't treat it as something fun. If you want to be serious, you got to be serious, right?
Yeah,
And so it takes a lot of energy, right?
a ton.
And there's invisible work involved as well.
Ton.
I would say there's an invisible struggle that for me has been the hardest part of the hustle. And you have to be willing to hear a lot of no, you know, and not see fruit. You know, it's like you cast your bread on the waters, and after many days it will come back to you. Yeah. Well, that's many days that you're not seeing a result from what you're doing. And I think that's character shaping. And it's also time to process, well, why are you really doing it? I told a friend the other day, it was actually John, I believe was on your podcast recently.
A few weeks ago, John McDuffie.
And
so great.
I was actually talking to him, and I was saying, you know, you don't get to our age and do this because of the success that it's going to give you, as you thought success would be when you were in your 20s pursuing some of this stuff. At this point, we do this because it's fun and we believe we have something to share with people. If it never makes a dime, if it never goes to another person, did we put our best foot forward and enjoy doing so? And so that motivating factor has helped us with the hustle.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, there is something riding on this. And it's not just the cliche, ambitious dreams of big stages and big buckets of money, which would be nice. Anybody want to hire us for a gig, man? We're
You want
call
to
us.
buy a song?
Yeah, want to buy a song? Hey, let us know.
Well, you have to set boundaries too to protect your joy. And how are you doing that?
That's good. Protect your joy.
Yeah, to me, it's setting boundaries to protect the joy. This okay, so this is gonna sound really bad, and she's probably gonna correct me because she doesn't know I'm gonna say this. For me personally, a lot of the business side of the music, we're in a season right now where for just the last 2 years, Abby has taken up more reins with that, because the first 20 years of that, I was trying to drive it without trying to drive it because I was so afraid of driving, but I'm still frustrated and I'm pushing and I'm pulling and I'm pushing and I'm pulling. And so learning for us as a couple, learning to lean more on the bigger reward of how do we do this together?
Yeah, the strengths of each other.
Yeah,
right?
and the strengths of each other. And if we did this together, then there's automatically a reward baked into it.
Yeah.
And so that finding the reward in it. What is your reward for this? And because I think our joy is in our reward.
Well, you have to do it because you love it. You can't
Right.
do it just for the sake of the music either. You can't. It's just like creating. The first podcast I did was about giving artists permission to create. And sometimes
Yeah.
adults need to be reminded that there's permission to create. And that's why it feels like what we do sounds so glamorous because we're actually out there doing the work,
That's
right?
really good.
But the problem is people don't understand how hard it is to do the work.
Right.
And it follows you home with you guys. You know, you're a duo. Like for me, I'm a solo artist, and I don't share the workload with someone. So, staying together and working as a duo and, Abby does this part and you do this part and you constantly every week are working towards whatever those goals are. And it's good. And the reality is creative partnership sounds adorable until somebody is hungry during load in. I mean, that's the reality,
So
right?
true.
I mean, that's the really reality.
That's a good way to say it, Heather.
Abby, one of the things I've always admired about you is that you don't just bring warmth, you bring order. I'm an order person myself, so I really admire that in you. You are incredibly gifted at organizing people, setting things up, seeing what needs to happen, and making an event work without making it feel frantic. And to me, that kind of gifting is very rare. How much of that wiring shows up in the way that you approach music, people, and life?
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. I'm very blown away by that compliment. Thank you so much. It's about what you want people to feel. When things are prepared well and ordered well, people will feel it. When you create moments for people to feel something different, whether that be a little extra, maybe it's a story you say, maybe it's you hold that line out in that song a little bit longer than what is typical. You change a word here or there, or even if it's in the moments where you're not on stage and you're actually talking to the audience, talking to people, what's going on in their life, thanking them for being there, not just a, hey, thanks, see you later. But I think it's all about, do you really want these people to feel something from what you have to give as an artist? And what do you want them to walk away with? I personally just love people coming somewhere and feeling maybe it's rest or peace or, hey, you can do this. You got this, whatever it is you're facing, you can do it. Take the next step forward. So yeah, you want to add anything or?
Yeah, I'd say there's this really cool gift about Abby, and I'd say it was passed down to our youngest daughter too, and it's this ability to walk into a room and read the room and read people. And I think that some of that bringing order you do, because our set list, like even this past weekend, we had this long marathon performance at this place. But even there in that moment, we're trying to read the room. What does the room need? What's going to make it different? I was sharing this with a friend. A friend of mine gave me just a brand new flamenco guitar. It's handmade from Spain. It's like number 29 of only 78 made worldwide.
Wow.
It's a very fancy guitar. This guitar is known, and acoustic guitars in general are known for their response to humidity and temperature. And so every time you walk into a room, there's a humidity level in that room that impacts the way that guitar is going to sound. And so from room to room over 20 years, that guitar is never going to be heard the same way. And I think that's how cool the gift that we have to even share our music should be. If you're a performer and you go on a stage, you have to be able to read the room and go, what am I doing different for this room? And I think that's one of those ways that Abi helps us bring order to what otherwise could just be a sterile jukebox set and really bring people into a moment.
Yeah.
So how do you balance excellence with ease?
For me, it's lots of practice. You practice so that when you get up there in front of people, it looks like ease and it feels like ease because you practiced.
Yeah. I mean, that's it.
So, Abi, you also said something I love, that people are more important than productions. Where did that conviction come from?
It came from really just working in churches and working with volunteers. So when you work every weekend making Sundays happen, it can be easy for a Sunday morning to at church, if that's something you do or you're about or you're in. It can be easy for things to get produced, and it can easy in the production of things, even if it's a gig we're doing and we've got other band members that are playing with us. It can be very easy to get into, this is the production, this is what I'm focused on, and this is what I'm about, and it's got to be excellent, and this is going to check all these boxes and do all these things, and we forget the human beings and the humanity that's around us, that they worked a 40-hour a week, 50-hour a week job, and then learned this music, and then came to serve, or then came to be a part of your band tonight, or whatever it might be. I think it can be easy to get focused on the wrong thing and forget the human that's in front of you. Mm-hmm. And that is something that I try really hard. I think I used to be really bad at it. And then I think when the lights flicked on in my brain, it was like, wow, yeah, no, that's not okay. People are more important than that. So, and that's hard for me because I love excellence. I love to produce things. I love things to be perfect, and I have a goal. I'm a performance-driven person. So it's been a lifelong learning journey for me personally that now is actually probably a passion that I have.
So how do you bring excellence without worshiping excellence?
I think it's I think I used to say it's a pursuit. It's not excellence is a pursuit. It's not a destination. You don't arrive there, right? It's
not even just the outcome.
Yeah. It's just something that you, at the end of the day, you have to be okay with. When I lay my head down at night, did I have these specific values in my life? Did I at least accomplish those? Did I put people first? Did I, whatever, and everybody probably has different values. Did I honor my husband? Did I encourage someone? Did I practice and give my best at this performance? Whatever those values might be, if you can lay down at night and say, I did those things, whether you messed up a song or forgot a lyric, those things can fall to the wayside because you accomplish your values. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say here? Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it is about relationship and honoring the people that are giving, right? Mm-hmm. So, Matt, you said your through line is authenticity, making music that relates to real life and living for God in the messy middle. What does messy middle faith look like in real time? Don't give us the highlight reel. We want to know it all.
Okay.
I could answer this one for him, but I won't.
I'm curious now.
No.
The messy middle for me it's this idea of, I don't see Jesus in the Gospels. I don't see a Jesus that was afraid of guilt by association. He was often found eating and drinking with sinners. And I think that would be kind of embodies the messy middle for me. It's this messy middle of, hey, I understand that if you took a really good close look at my life, you may question whether or not there's value in where I'm at, that there's value in some of the choices I've made and some of the things I've done, and that's fair. Okay, but I think it gets dangerous when we dismiss people from their journeys, from their experiences, and you try to separate them from them and just say, well, they should have made this decision this way, or they should have made this that way. It's like the old adage about, could you even walk a mile in their shoes if you were actually not just putting on their shoes, but actually you had their feet. If you had their feet, it doesn't matter which shoe you would wear, you probably would understand a little bit. And how do I do that? How do I make it real without still finding or letting a moment to encourage you to think maybe a different way? I don't want to just be shy away from saying, hey, there's probably a better way to think about that or a different way to think about that. But at the same time, I still want to capture people's story. I still want to say, there's a very popular song. I love it. It's who's the bluegrass guy we listen to? Billy Strings, and he sings a song called "Dust in a Baggie," and he's literally like, "I got 20 long years for some dust in a baggie," and he's like, "This life of sin, it's got me back in prison once again," and it's funny because it's a bluegrass song and it's just got a great feeling to it. But you're sitting there thinking, this guy's probably got his palm to his forehead thinking, what did I do this? I mean, this is what I did this for, and I think that, if you really want to connect with people, you have to be able to willing to go into the messy middle. And that means some people might have to think you're going too far. And yet internally, I still try to say, God, help me make the good and wise choice with the gifts and the crafts and the opportunities and the people that you've put in front of me.
Also, Matt, you casually mentioned systems, history, and theology, which tells me your spice cabinet probably has categories. And
I try. I live with Abby.
and you're from Louisiana, which I know food is a whole memory, culture, story, and probably a little theology mixed in there too.
C'est bon.
So what from Louisiana still shows up in your storytelling?
Oh, man, it's funny you should ask.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Le bon temps roulé. Did I say it right?
Le bon temps roulé.
I said it right?
Let the good times roll. I actually just wrote a song called Down on the Bayou. It's one of my next favorites. I can't wait till we get to studio with this one. And the whole song is really just trying to help people slow down, which is a theme in some of our songs. It's slow down and let's get down to Louisiana. And there's this beautiful part of Louisiana that most people don't even know. They think of Baton Rouge or the big cities, New Orleans, Bourbon Street, and all these stories of that. And
I just think of alligators and lots of mosquitoes as big as your head.
Well, that's where he wants to go.
And that's where I want people to go.
He loves the swamp.
I grew up in the swamp. I mean, like 15 feet from my back porch, you were in the swamp. Killed alligators. I mean, used to hunt water moccasin, and so there's some beauty in some of the strangest places out there, and like the old black water, like literally black water out there in the swamp. Yeah, and so I wanted to adopt these Louisiana themes. I borrowed from some Hank Williams kind of gestures and some Doobie Brother gestures, and to start crafting a song. So for me, Louisiana culture it's very rooted in identity for me. There's a value that I have because it says I came from somewhere, and it's probably why it's probably why I like to sing Boondocks so badly by Little Big Town, because I know where I came from, and I feel no shame. I'm proud of where I came from.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Memphis, so I get that identity thing. It's a whole thing when you're from Memphis and the Delta Blues,
Yeah.
So let's talk Tornado. This is a new song that you guys have come out with. When a song has a title like that, it feels like it could be literal weather, emotional weather, spiritual weather, or just life coming through the house with muddy shoes. What is Tornado really?
You want me to share? We both have these stories, so I'll go first. Well, so we're in our final stages in the studio for this song. So we've gotten all of our tracks down. We're just waiting on some mixing and mastering. So we're really excited about this one. It for some reason, when we do this song live, it just gets it's kind of like when you're in a room gigging and people are talking, and then when you start a song, the room kind of gets quiet. That's kind of what happens when we do this song. And so I feel like it's just a little magical. But when we went on our first date, I was young. He was not. And this is going to tell you how old we are. We saw the movie Twister in theaters.
1996.
Like release date, right?
Hey, it's still good, man.
It's such a good movie. And so, not the remake. The remake's good too, but the first one's great. And so I don't even remember, like that was just, it's kind of a nod to our life starting together. And then anybody that's been married a long time, for us 26 years, you go through storms. You go through, some worse than others. I mean, we've had our very fair share of horrible times in our marriage, and it's not been pretty. It's not been fun. And sometimes it's like a tornado. And we made the choice to fight through those times in our lives, and it sometimes it is a choice. So that's kind of where, and then I think there was a storm actually about to happen, or tornado. We get tornado warnings all the time around here. We don't have tornadoes, not really.
Oh
but
yeah, we have enough weather trauma in Georgia.
And I think one was brewing, and he came out with these pretty chords, just playing them in the house, and I was like, "Ooh, I like that."
My family actually survived a tornado. So when I was a kid, I lived in a trailer in South Louisiana. Tornado comes through my grandfather's property, picks the trailer up, throws it like 2 miles down the road. My mom and my dad had just barely gotten me and my brother across the property to my grandfather's house. And so we kind of lived through some of that trauma, and that was memorable, even being like 4 or 5 years old at that time. I'll never forget the imagery of it, and so this tornado thing obviously sparked a lot of fear in me. And then, and I probably haven't even shared this much with Abby, but she knows me, but the connection to the song, years into being married, I would have this reoccurring dream. In the dream, a tornado would always come where we're at. And typically it would run right through our house like a chainsaw and cut our house in half. But my entire family would be saved and safe. And I remember after years of having that dream, just feeling this promise of God that said, hey, no matter what comes, I've got you. I've got you. And so, and again, I like to write with this thing I call duality. And there's double entendre everywhere in our music. But this one was also very literal when I say there's a chorus. The chorus line says, we dug deep down to the stone to build a better home that would stand when the winds come, and our love will keep. This I know because you and I were made to ride and survive the tornado. And it's wild. It feels like, if you ever saw this, Disney did this cartoon years ago. I think it's like 50s, 60s, and it's Pecos Bill, and he's literally lassoing a tornado and riding a tornado. That's literally what we want people to feel, is that, listen, I don't know what is bad for someone's marriage. The degrees of bad could be enormous. And I would never say anybody needs to stay in an unsafe situation.
That's right.
But for many of us, those storms come in lots of different sizes. But no matter what it looks like, I want you to be able to approach it. And I want people to be able to approach it like they're just lassoing that storm. And they're like, hey, babe, we're going to ride this down. And because I am your ride or die. And so it definitely has that kind of swampy attitude that it gives a different resolve. I mean, whereas I'll Be With You is probably much more melodic and
romantic,
and meditative. This is very much like, okay, not encouraging this, but grab the whiskey, light up the cigarette, and let's ride that tornado, baby. We're going to take care of this.
I'm not encouraging this.
I'm not encouraging this, okay? But when I talk about what music can feel like, it's that kind of resolve. It's that cowboy type, like, man, we're going to do this, babe. We got this. And again, it's not just our love. we dig down to a stone when we build that love on a rock.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
So I want to play one more song of yours. It's called Go Around, and we are looking forward to Tornado coming out. We'll talk about that at the end of the show, how to access that. But here's Matt and Abi and their song Go Around.
Doing 50 on the freeway, you beside me. Rarely knowing where we're going, but you're with me. All around us and behind us are people in a hurry. They got somewhere up ahead of where they could be. Maybe take a little time, slow it down, just to be there no matter where we're found. We've been all over the town, and it's about time to hit the brake and take it in before we drown. So baby, let 'em go around. On the weekend, take the children and the family to the fairground, merry-go-round. Daddy, can we? Well, I got bills to pay, but I must say a carousel memory could be better spent together than the money. Maybe take a little time, slow it down, just to be there no matter where we're found. We've been all over the town, and it's about time to hit the brake and take it in before we drown. So baby, let 'em go around. It's a Monday, not a bad day, but a long one. Finally get home, but the cell phone work is undone. She's got a record player turning, and it's spinning off my burden. And the weight of my world is slowing down. So let the record go around. Just let the record go around. Just let the record go around. Maybe take a little time, slow it down,
just amazing, guys. I'm so proud of you and what you have created. That's just awesome.
Thank you.
So let's talk about making music later in life. We kind of touched on it. There are so many people who quietly believe their window has closed, that they missed their chance, they started too late, or it's too late to say something meaningful. What would you say to the person who still has music in them but thinks it's too late?
Never too late.
Never. No, absolutely not. I mean, you can look through statistics of, and I can't name them all right now, but like there's been post after post in situations where I've seen who many presidents or people that have just started later in life. One of our newest favorite artists is 47, just played at the Grammys. And if it's about what's in your heart and sharing that with the world, what does that have to do with age?
Exactly. You're never too old to enjoy something.
Oh, yeah.
And so, now that may be a broad statement, obviously, but I say if making the music is going to bring you joy, and not making it is going to maybe cut you off from some of that joy, maybe you should make it and just go make it.
Absolutely. Just it goes back to what we said earlier. Just do it.
Yeah.
And I think older beginners have something that younger artists don't, maybe too, that life lived experience that, will help them be able to make music even better, And,
Yes.
So true.
it's just never too late to start. I mean, my oldest
Never.
student is in their mid 70s, and it's just never too late. So
You're-
do it.
yeah.
If you're
Do it.
listening, just do it.
Just do it.
All right, guys, quick fire. This is something we've been doing on the show. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Who takes longer to leave the house?
Abby,
Yeah.
Who is most likely to lose something that is already in their hand?
me.
Matt. We got these on lock, guys.
Who says, I'll do it in a minute, and then suddenly it's tomorrow?
Matt. Oh, don't you even, bro.
Probably. I resemble that.
Only because you forget.
Who is the better parallel parker?
Me.
Matt.
Who gets hangry first?
Me. Did you say me? I did. Yeah. Okay, well.
All right. Who chooses the route to take when you're driving?
GPS.
I'd agree.
Google.
Google said go this way.
I know. We're so old, we remember when there was maps and we had to follow
You had to
them.
print MapQuest. I remember that. And you printed the papers and you had them on your dashboard.
All right. Who chooses the snacks on the road trip?
I do. And Abby, well, I do my own and Abby doesn't.
Yeah.
It's because we're so different on our snacks.
Yeah. Mine's different day to day.
Okay. Who would survive Disney with no plan?
Abby.
Who would bring a spreadsheet to Disney and call
Matt.
it Just Being Wise?
No.
You said spreadsheet and I automatically said that.
No. It's
Say it
'cause you
again.
said spreadsheet. But
Yeah. Wait, what's the question?
So who would bring a spreadsheet to Disney and call it Just Being Wise?
Oh, maybe me.
Okay, so we're going to Disney in a couple of weeks. My wife has already mapped out the whole thing, but she doesn't need it. She just does that to make sure that the time gets maximized because she loves Disney.
Yeah.
So who would cry first at a parade, a soundtrack, or a character hug?
Me.
Matt.
Me.
Matt.
Oh, who's your character?
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
No joke, guys. It's probably mommy issues. I don't know.
I-
I probably should have said that.
cut the tape. Cut the tape. Cut the tape.
Cut it. I'm just kidding. Leave it.
Oh my gosh. All right. Who would accidentally become friends with the cast member and learn their whole life story?
Still me.
Matt.
Yeah.
Who would say one more ride until it's time to go home?
Abby.
Me.
All right. What is one thing you refuse to do on gig day?
I know what I'll never not do again is I'll never not drink water again. Sorry.
Matt did a gig last week and he was so focused on the music and everything, he didn't even have a sip of water. It was bad.
I know.
So what is
my
one thing we will not do on a gig day?
Yeah.
Make a
Another-
lot of plans.
Another gig or something else in our schedule.
Anything else in our schedule.
Yeah, it's got to be a free day. If you're crazy and then you do a gig, that's a lot.
Well,
It's no.
that shows our age. I mean, in our 20s, we
True.
could totally do 2 or 3 gigs a
Exactly.
day, right?
For sure,
It's
for
it's
sure.
definitely not because you can't do it. It's
yeah.
definitely choice these days. It's like, nah, not gonna do
But
that.
it's not even, I'm thinking like more like something outside of music. Like if we had to go run here and do that, and then go do that, and then we had this appointment, and then we had to run this, because in your brain is just, you're just not focused on that.
And that goes back to that excellence thing, is like your best yes, especially as you get older, your best yes is often many other no's to other things.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I just wish somebody would load in my gear for me. I mean,
Amen, sister.
all right. What is one thing you refuse to do on a road trip?
Let the Tesla drive itself.
Okay. Yeah.
Refuse to do on a road trip. Gosh, I don't know.
We're pretty wild. We'll try just about anything.
Okay.
Sudden
Matt will
stops.
not. Okay, if it's a road trip coming home from trip, there are no detours.
Oh, no.
Absolutely not.
No.
He will not detour at all.
Exactly.
When he's
Yes.
ready, when day vacation is over, like the last day, he's like, "We have to leave right now
And get home.
And I'm like, "You are no fun."
Okay. Glenn's kind of that way too. All right, Matt, what is one food hill you are willing to die on?
Food hill? Mm-hmm. Ooh, well, that would have to be like fried catfish.
Catfish. I was going to say catfish.
Why is that?
It's my favorite reason to eat hot sauce.
Okay. And
Oh, my
Tabasco,
gosh.
right?
No, here's the funny thing.
Are you
I
a
know
Crystal guy or Louisiana?
much more Crystal.
Okay.
Crystal in Louisiana,
Okay.
no Tabasco.
Oh,
Actually, I do like Texas Pete. Shout out to the Texans.
I know. Tabasco all the way. All right, Abby, what is one event planning mistake that makes your eye twitch immediately?
Oh, what's the event? You got to give me
Just any event.
not when there's nothing to drink. Like no water, no coffee. What? Like, why would you do that? Or not starting on time?
Right. All right, what is one thing you refuse to do even if it would build character?
You refuse to do if it would build.
Exercise.
That is exactly right for him. He would not do that. If it would build, I would refuse to do it. If it would build character. Lose sleep? I don't know. Don't know. I would not. Sleep is very important. Yeah. We'll go with that.
Okay. All right. Each one tell me one thing you hope people walk away with today to make their life better right now.
Give it time. I don't care what it is. Give it time. And I will go theological on this. Jesus says, I am the Alpha and Omega. And I would say that he is everywhere in between. So just give it time. And whether it's something you're pursuing, something you're facing, something you're running from that just keeps chasing you. And I think that's kind of what I hope our music helps you do is it helps you put what you're feeling and what you're experiencing in the time you need to face it or deal with it.
Mine would be, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect for you to start. It just has to be you.
Mm-hmm. So give us one more nugget of wisdom. If someone is listening right now in the messy middle, marriage feels hard, life feels loud, faith feels complicated, and they're just trying to keep showing up, what do you want them to know today?
This kind of probably goes with that carry on, or that give it time, but I would say carry on. Carry on. I'm writing a song right now called Carry On. And it, again, is a double entendre. When we think of carry on, if I just said the word, you'd probably get the image of the small suitcase you take with you on the trip, the carry-on luggage. And I think that is a symbolism for we all carry baggage. We all carry baggage. God knows your baggage, and yours is yours to carry, and maybe even yours to surrender. But the only way you're ever going to find out which one you need to do is just to carry on and keep moving. Keep moving.
Mine would be, what is the story you want to tell at the end? At the end of everything, what is it? What is the story you want told about you? And what is the story you would want to tell in your situation in the messy middle? Do you want to be the overcomer in the story? Do you want to give up? Obviously, we don't want to give up. So that would be the question that I would say, what's the story you want to tell? And hang on. is maybe you can't carry on, maybe you can't make a step forward, but at least hang on.
Yes.
And tell the story that's worth telling. That'll impact lives beyond us.
Well, Matt and Abby, this was such a gift. Thank you for both being here, and thank you for making music that feels honest. I love you guys so much.
Thank you.
Everybody listening, go find Matt and Abby, follow their music, and keep an eye out for Tornado. Matt, tell us where we can find you guys.
Everywhere on social media and everywhere music is streamed. It just you might want to include the plus sign. It's Matt plus Abby. We say it like Matt and Abby, but you can also find us on online at mattandabbymusic.com. Abby is ABI.
As always, guys, stay creative, live on purpose, and I'll see you next time on The Heather Patero Show. You've been listening to The Heather Patero Show, produced by Heather Patero Studios. Connect with us on Facebook or Instagram, or visit heatherpatero.com. Until next time, stay creative and live on purpose.